Bada bing, bada boom. Not new shelving, upgraded shelving. We painted it. So, now, since I painted it, and everything is all along this table, now I get to set it all back up. So, while I do that, I hang out and answer some questions if anybody has any. Oh yeah, so far it's working well. Keeping them critters, keeping them away. All right, just plug my phone in real quick. Come on, there we go. All right. But yeah, I was excited to finally get some paint and get this thing finished up. Appreciate that. Hey, we the people's here. Hey, what's up, Rufo? Nothing wrong with lurking. Ooh, look at rocking that dad bod. So 3 kids will do to you. Thank you for sharing the stream, Greg. I'm glad you're here with the people. But yeah, I'm just gonna start throwing some stuff up there. And I've got my laptop over here so I can see everybody's comments and stuff like that. But yeah, feel free to ask some questions if you like. Or you can just hang out. Ooh. But we're gonna get things put back together now. How am I already so dusty? I just got out of the shower and I put my arms down to set that down. There's 2 streaks of dust. What the heck? Yeah. Nice sparkly one. Goodness, I can try and show you guys. I mean, the lighting is from Victoria, Australia. Wow, my man, Darren, how you doing? We are just setting the display back up, getting some geodes put back up there. Kind of took some things out to make room for some of this summer's finds. And I often find myself with not enough space. So, hey, what's up, Zaxton? How you doing? Hey, what's going on, Nick? Welcome, welcome. Oh no, are we frozen? Or is that just my laptop? Did it freeze for everybody else too, or? Yeah, dude, definitely gonna need more shelves. Okay, cool. And it's just my laptop, which is expected. So, we are, okay, cool. So this, if you didn't know, or if you haven't noticed, I typically try and have a theme to my display. So this is normally the quartz and crystal-y stuff. This is the botryoidal chalcedony area. This is the agate area. This is going to be the geodized fossils, regular fossils, and then this area is going to be the UV display. So ship the extra to me. Hey, Darren, I appreciate that, man. Welcome to the community. we've had a crazy influx of people in the past day or 2 days, or day and a half. Yesterday morning, I hit 3K, and right now we're at about 3,200. So that was about 36 hours. 36 hours, and we gained another 200 subscribers. So it's pretty nuts. Things are kind of going crazy. All hail the algorithm. Yes. Welcome. See, I've never had this many new people pop up. I love it. My last giveaway I did at 1,000 subscribers was like 10 times crazier than the one I'm doing now. And I gave away $1,000 worth of material. And yeah, it was it was crazy. And that one, the last 3K giveaway video already has more views. So it's just, yeah, the algorithm likes you more the bigger you are. Heather Cannon, my wife, is in the house. Welcome, 406. What's up, my man? My beautiful wife there, the mother of my fantastic children, is watching. So everybody behave. We're going to move you over there. Put you back there. How's the shelves look, baby? I'm glad, man. I see it being nice to you. I like it. I like it. Hey, Loki. Thank you. These are the shelves that were here. We just painted these bad boys. So if anybody is curious, let me peel this paint off the label. This is chalk-based paint. It works fantastically. We just painted a whole bunch of shelves with these. So, critique it. I will later on. I'll share a comment with a link to that, unless you wanna find that, honey, and share that in the comments. Because yeah, this stuff, I love it. Works really, really well. Next, we got the big sparkly. Nice big sparkly guy. Yep, Amazon for $35 for a pint. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. It's gonna look, it already looks good. Already looking good. Don't forget, guys, this is also a Q&A, so if there's any questions you guys have, how long I've been rock hounding, what got me into rock hounding, stuff like that. Next Geode collecting adventure was going to be out. I'm going to hope to have it out by this coming Monday, because I did go and do some collecting, and I did do some filming, so I will have at least 2 collecting videos coming out very soon. And then my man Greg is coming down from the great old Canada, and we're going to meet up and we're going to do some collecting too. Yeah, who doesn't love a good UV show? That's right. Oh, that's right, yeah. I'm sorry, honey, it won't let you, probably won't let you share the link in the comments. This one's pretty cool. I know it's a little harder to see, but it's Botryoidal chalcedony that's coated in druzy quartz. Once we get everything up, we'll take a peek at what we got going on. When did I get into rocks? Great question. Somebody's getting the balls rolling. Well, starting off, first and foremost, I grew up on. Yeah, that's okay. I'm sorry. It's the way my stream is set up. It's just so people can't spam. So I grew up on the west side of Chicago. I grew up in Humboldt Park, or just outside of Humboldt Park in Belmont-Cragen. So there's no rock hounding out there. None at all. But I was lucky enough to have a grandma that grew up in Hazard County, Kentucky, and she was a rock hound. So I remember seeing some of her rocks. She didn't have a huge collection at the time. She was fighting some illness, But she always encouraged me to just pick rocks up, you know. So I started young, and honestly, what got me hooked, can I count all the geodes for us, please? No. That'd be ridiculous. Great question, though. I know some geodes are going to get blocked, but that's okay. Actually, fun fact for you, my grandmother's maiden name was Duke. So she was in the Duke family, and she lived in Hazard County, Kentucky. It's a fictional show, but my grandma was part of the Duke family that lived in Hazard County, Kentucky. Pretty cool. So I always collected rocks and stuff like that. I would always pick rocks up. Let me move these guys over here, I think. But what really kicked it off was when I was visiting my aunt's house in Carpentersville, which is a northern suburb of Chicago. And we went to the Carpentersville Dam, which is it's a dam that was made back in the day for manufacturing and harvesting ice. But I was there, and I found a geode, a half of a geode. I don't know if it was supposed to be there, somebody dropped it or what. I actually want to go back to that place because it's not super far away. What's going on, Lisa? Welcome. So I actually, the rock that got me hooked, believe it or not, was a geode. And then, about a year or two after that, I went to a northwest suburb. I can't remember the name of it. It was when I was with one of my exes, and they were building, it was near the Fox River, and they built a walkway, like a little bridge up and over, because there was some rapids there, and there was a little patch of land on the Fox River, and there was rapids in between that people would always go, and they'd bring their rafts and their kayaks and stuff out. So to make it safer, they built a walkway out there. So when they were doing that, they dug up a bunch of that little island, and it was just filled with oysters. So I have probably like 100 pounds of these types of fossils that I collected when I was like just barely a teenager. Hey, what's going on, Rocky Mountain Life? Hey, thanks for hanging out. Let's see. I think if I wasn't close to a geode spot, I would continue looking for them, because I have my own suspicions on places where I think that they could be and places that I don't think they've really been looked for. So I would probably look for them, but there's also a place called Mason Creek. If you guys are familiar with the nodules from Mason Creek or the fossils of Mason Creek or Masonia Park, Mason Creek is only like an hour away. So I would probably go there, but those aren't as exciting. I'd still get to crack something open, but opening a nodule, especially from that location, you have to do like the freezer method, so you have to freeze it and thaw it and freeze it and thaw it and stuff like that, and that's just way too much. What's going on, Kat? Thanks for tuning in. Who asked? Let's see. Hold on. Loki asked, what's the biggest geode that I have? All right. Give me a second. I'm going to try and do this and not hurt myself, because this thing weighs over 130 pounds. So I may or may not be able to do it. But this is the biggest geode that I own. I collected this in Kentucky last year, and yeah, it's probably solid, but my hopes are it's full of agate, and yeah. It's big. It's the saucer. All right. Woo! Give me a second to catch my breath. I can actually show you the weirdest thing I found in a geode is actually a geode that's inside. Give me a second. I'll be right back. It was in my spider's enclosure, but I had to change it. All right. Whew. Why did I run after picking up a 140-pound geode? I can, yeah, I will, so in a little bit, I'm going to have to run inside and put Charlie to bed. So on my way back out, I'll bring out the spider. Whew. Hey, what's going on, Mushroom Hunter? Loki, I don't know if I'm going to crack that one. I'd prefer to get a big enough saw to just slice it right down the middle. Because my chain pipe cutter isn't going to fit around that. All right. So this geode, you can see here, there's some crinoid bits. Like an exploded crinoid segment. Okay. Now this one I didn't crack. I found it in the creek, sitting down like this. Or maybe the other way. But check this out. The lines of the crinoid segment were replaced with botryoidal chalcedony. So you can see the lines of chalcedony in there. Super cool one. I'll have to double check. But one of my collecting videos, we actually find this guy. We'll put him with the botryoidal. And then my next favorite, next to geodes, I'd have to go with Illinois fluorite. And speaking of Illinois fluorite, check this out. Not in a jar, they don't. So, when I went to Indiana and did some geode collecting last weekend, I met up with my buddy Jared. And if you guys didn't know, Jared collects fluorite down in southern Illinois. And he happened to come across a pretty epic collection for sale. This one I'm going to move the light for. And he traded some of these awesome pieces with me so that I could show you guys. So bear with me a second. All of these are from Illinois. First up, you know, hold on. We're going to flip the camera around. Actually, get you some ammolite. Oh yes, I would love to have some ammolite. Hold on. Flip the camera around. And still have the light. Dun, dun, dun. Sorry guys, this is my first live stream. Just kidding. Check this piece out. So, we have got some fluorite cubes. A couple of them in there. We also have some natural lead, or galena. And I've got a couple specimens to show you guys, so just bear with me. There are some additional crystals on here. I do not know what they are. Like, where is a good example? Right up here. If anybody has any idea, please share. But right up here, check out that amber colored one. It's got like a triangular shape to it. Really, really pretty. So that's one. Next up, oh, sorry, to answer your question, Illinois fluorite is my next favorite. But check this out. This is a dogtooth calcite point. I'm thinking maybe garnet. This piece has also got some on it as well. What's going on, Jim? Nice big galena cube in there. Yeah, nice dogtooth calcite. Again, that's also from Illinois. Then we've got this big chunk here that we're gonna, this is just a chunk of fluorite. We've got different colors in it. Look at the clarity in that part right there. What's the last rock I licked? Oh boy. Really pretty piece. I'm gonna try and see if I can't get a couple nice slices out of that one and make some funky cabs. So that one he gifted to me, and the other ones I traded for. I know Agate Dad's not watching right now, but this one's a gift for Agate Dad. I'm gonna get him a care package sent soon. Don't tell him. I'm gonna send him a whole bunch of geodes. This is a beautiful specimen of Illinois fluorite. It's got a little bit of blue hiding in there. It's harder to see in this light. A really, really beautiful specimen. Then we've got this big guy. Wha-bam. Also, Illinois fluorite with the beautiful blues hiding inside of that as well. And I love that right there. All right, sounds good, Margaret. Have a great night. Beautiful. Hey, welcome back, Rufo. Gorgeous, gorgeous piece. Then I'll give you guys a little sneak peek. You'll see these again in a polishing video. But we've got some. This is Illinois fluorite. These are not natural octahedrons. These were cut, but I'm gonna polish these up. Check out the blue in this one. Hey, what's going on, Jim? Yeah, I saw that pic. Look at the blue in that. How gorgeous. So this one is Jared's. I'm going to polish that up and send that back to him. And then this one is mine. Check this sucker out. We got blues, we got yellows and purples. Really, really beautiful. Yeah, these are going to be fun to polish up. And what kind of a person would I be if I didn't try, at least try, and show you how they look under the UV. Look at those inclusions in there. All right, check this one out. This one's got even crazier inclusions. Look at that. How sick. So cool. All right, he's done. The popo is coming. All right, guys, hang tight. I'm going to run inside, go and tuck my boy in, and I will bring back out Great question, Loki. I will get to that once I'm back, okay? But I'm going to go tuck the boy in, and I'm going to bring back out Willow, which is our little baby jumping spider. It's a bold jumper. Be right back. All right. I have the champion. Hopefully everybody's being nice. Grab this. Yeah, they must have stopped right up the road. All right, Loki, don't let me forget. I'm gonna do your question. I'm gonna show you guys. Paisley named the spider Willow, so I'll show you guys Willow really quick. This is the enclosure. I had her in a different one, but we went and got a glass container. The other one, she wasn't able to cling to the sides really well. So the other container had my coyote skull, but the jaw ended up breaking, so we've got a part of it there. Got a nice geode in there. The bed and the substrate is all fluorite from Arizona. We got, that's an opalized wood limb cast over there. And then when we come right over here, we will see Willow just chilling on the side. So sorry if you're squeamish of spiders. Oh, we're gonna look at mine really quick. If I can get the camera to focus. In such an awkward spot, like right in the curve of the glass. All right, there we go. Crickets. She eats crickets. When I first caught her, she ate the other spider that I had caught before catching her. Yeah, I just did that one. That was the first one that I've done. I want to do. I'm gonna end up getting another big glass container like this, and I want to do one where you just take the water from a creek or from wherever, and then just get some vegetation and stuff like that. I want to get one of those and just keep it sealed, see what happens. Because I go collecting in different places. Like there's creeks out near like the Mississippi River I go and collect in. I do not have lighting, but I want to. I plan to get some lighting. Everything And anything that has to do with my rocks or my display or anything all goes from proceeds of my channel and stuff like that. So as the channel grows and I start making a little bit more, things are going to start upgrading, like getting a nice painted shelf. But Loki had asked a question on why I started YouTube and what advice I have. Oh, how does it get air? This, I broke the cap and then I put a mesh screen on it. Yeah, I broke the glass cap into 4 pieces and then I napped out the centers and rounded it out. And then bada bing, bada boom. My preference or when we go, Greg? But here, let me get back up to Loki. So why did you start a YouTube channel and what advice would you give to someone? So I first started doing my content on Facebook. Actually, I was doing, we're going to set you right up here for now. I was doing Facebook live stream geocrackings. I probably did like, I don't even know, 30 live streams before I started having issues with the group that I was streaming in. There was a particular admin who was just giving me problems. So I was encouraged to just make a YouTube channel instead and put all my content there. Because my main issue or my main concern was I had at one point gotten kicked out and banned from the group, which wasn't a small group. The group now has over 100,000 members, but at that time it had like 60,000. So when I got kicked, I lost all my content. I couldn't find any of my videos or anything. So I actually had a good friend of mine, Grace, she helped me tremendously in starting my channel. She actually went and she recorded all of my content and she sent it to me over like a week and a half period when I wasn't able to get into the group and get my content. And I finally was able to figure it out and talk to one of the admins that I knew, and I ended up getting everything back. But she helped me get those videos, and then she helped me set up the YouTube channel, and then I kind of took it from there. And here we are. So at some point along the way, I just completely transitioned over to YouTube. And just said, forget about Facebook. I've tried doing random live streams here and there, and every single time I would have issues. And then it got to a point where Facebook was restricting me in a way, and it wasn't showing me any of my comments when I'd go live and stuff like that. So it was just a huge pain in the butt. And my advice I would give to anybody starting a channel would be consistency. Consistency first and foremost. Know what you're gonna do and what you want your channel to be. And I'm not saying, what do you want your channel to be if it ever hits 1 million subscribers. Just know what you want to do. Know if you're going to do a channel about playing video games, know you're going to have consistent content related to video games. If you're going to have a channel about Pokemon cards or trading cards, have that be your main focus. A lot of times people start up channels and they just oversaturate it with too many different things. You have to develop your core followers before you start to bring other things in. Like with you guys and what I've done with my channel, I'm a huge rock nerd. I love rocks. I love geology, everything about it. And I'm a huge Pokemon fan. So it wasn't until like the previous couple months after my channel had been over a year old that I started introducing and letting people know, hey, I'm going to, do some Pokemon content. So I did a couple live streams, opened up some packs and stuff like that. So knowing what you want to do and then having a consistent schedule is, yeah, definitely. It was all the silver lining. Man, I kind of feel like I should have my chair over here. Or I'm going to just bring a chair over here. Not my big rolly chair. But I'll work it over. Because if I don't fully get my display set up, that's fine. anyhow, there we go. So, yeah, totally lost what I was saying. But yeah, definitely issues with that group was the silver lining, that's for sure. Another thing I suggest too is a consistent schedule. The YouTube algorithm will be kind to you if you are consistent. And I don't just mean the consistency on the quality. You know, even in the beginning, I had streams and stuff like that that weren't the greatest, but I would still share them and still put them out for the sake of having something come out that week. The algorithm really notices when you have a schedule. For me, a big difference for my channel came when I started setting a schedule of Monday and Thursdays, 7 p.m. Most of the time it ends up being a little bit later because, YouTube kind of has issues like that sometimes. No, it's one of my favorites, but one of my favorite Pokemon, yeah, is Geode. But, yeah, like Rufo said, so yes, having what you're gonna do and sticking to it, and then the consistent schedule. That's what I was saying. So for me, once I started doing 2 videos a week and was able to hold that and not miss, sometimes life happens and things like that. I took a little bit, stepped aside a little bit when our son was born, but that was a big difference for me. And what brought a lot of people to my channel too is a video that I made of how to spot a geode. And that video has like over 100, almost like 170,000 views right now. And that's brought a lot of new people. So that's really awesome. I don't think my channel would be growing the way it is now. It would still be growing, but it wouldn't be as rapid if it weren't for that video that is consistently getting, anywhere from 2,000 to 5,000 views a day, when I was lucky to get 5,000 views in a month and a half to 2 months. So, and just be confident in yourself too. It's hard for some people to get in front of camera, and I have a lot of people ask me, what I do and stuff like that. And for me, honestly, I worked in customer service, the face-to-face aspect of restaurants and stuff like that for a very long time. Hey, 2 hours ago, welcome. I think you're the newest, might be one of the newest members. Yeah, a lot of folks saw that video. So that for me is what I want to do with my channel. I've tried to do a couple of videos similar to that, and some of my videos that are a little bit more popular are like how to crack a geode, how to cut a geode, and that's what I want to do. Is teach people that there are ways to enjoy this hobby and get into this hobby without having to spend absurd amounts of money on things. So like Betsy, my soil pipe cutter that's sitting, you can see her right there. I have a second one now, which I haven't really used a whole lot yet. But Betsy, I got that from my brother, and I think he found that on Amazon for like around $100. So, yeah, I'm trying to do it as dirt cheap as I can. Like this beautiful display behind me, I bought all the wood for it. I put it together myself. The shelf itself to build cost less than $100, and then the paint, I would say, if you were going to do this completely, you would need like one of these pints would be enough, and that's $30, $35. So, I spent $135 to make this big, awesome display, and if I were to go to a store and try and get a shelf like this, it's probably going to cost me like $600 or $700. So, just showing and teaching people that there are ways to do this and enjoy this without breaking the bank and without having to, have an absurd amount of knowledge. So going into it, I don't have, I'm not an expert. Sorry. Southside things, I totally lost. I don't even remember what I was saying. But yeah, then there's just other things along the way. Yeah, I'm in the garage. Whoop, whoop. The cops know I'm gangster. Oh man. But yeah, rock hounding and lapidary and things like that, pre-COVID, before COVID pandemic, it was a dying hobby. It was hard to get, to find in a group of people somebody else that was interested in rocks, to find somebody else that collected rocks or knew anything about rocks or minerals or gems, anything like that. But forcing people to stay inside, and people to start watching stuff, and what were people missing was nature. So then the go-to was rock hounding. So many channels sprung up, and it was fantastic, and it just breathed this fresh breath into the hobby. So I get my kids involved in it. I have a video on my channel of cracking geodes with my 2-year-old, and some people might not believe me, but I kid you not. We came into the garage one day. His sister was at school. Mama was sleeping with a baby. We came outside, and we came into the garage, and he's seen me crack geodes before. I went and did a gem show, I went and did a gem show, and I had a booth, and I cracked geodes, and my son sat and watched me for hours cracking geodes, and we came in, the pipe cutter was on the floor, and he went and he picked up a couple geodes out of a bucket, and he put them down, and told me, go. So we went outside, we made a video, and just that kind of stuff. I love it. Getting people involved in it and getting people who really enjoy it, and then there's certain folks who love rock hounding and love, this kind of stuff, but they can't get out and do it anymore. So I've got no problem letting somebody live vicariously through me. So I try and do the best that I can. I'm only human, But yeah, start them young. That's the best way to do it. My son's 2 and he loves it. And my other son is 2 months old, and I'm sure once he gets bigger, he's gonna love it too. Paisley, my daughter, she's 8. She loves it. Was at the creek with me on Saturday, waking up at 3 a.m., getting in the car, hitting the road before the sun's even up. She was pumped. She's ready. I'm excited, Dad. But yeah, it's great. So I encourage anybody, if you want to start a channel, just start one. I realized, probably 10 months into having a channel and things like that, and thinking back. And when I was a kid, YouTube was awesome. YouTube was new. I still remember, watching some of the first videos to go viral on YouTube back in the day. And I remember wanting to post videos and, wanting to be a YouTuber. And, now that school's done, she'll be helping me more. She wasn't helping me as much because I was doing later shows and it was school nights. But now that if I'm doing later shows, it's not a big deal if she stays up late. She just gets a little cranky if she doesn't get sleep. But yeah, I realized along the way, I'm living one of my childhood dreams now and didn't even realize it, Everybody at some point, I'm sure, if you're a kid that watched YouTube or a teenager that watched YouTube, at some point you're like, I want to be a YouTuber. Or then you hear about 8-year-olds making hundreds of millions of dollars on YouTube. Crazy. The most paid YouTuber is an 8-year-old kid that opens up toys, if you didn't know that. Fun fact. All right, we're going to move this over. Keep sending the questions my way if you want, but I'm going to keep setting some stuff up. I'm glad, Lisa. I'm glad that I can help you do that. You're exactly who I was thinking about when I said that. Oh, cool. Check this out. So, this guy right here, it may be a little harder to tell in this light, but notice, do I like turtles? Do I like turtles? Does that answer your question? And to answer anybody else's question, because my sweater won't go all the way up, this says, just keep swimming. Oh, man. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad that you can find some enjoyment watching some other folks get out and do some rock hounding. I'm glad you've got my content for that, too. What's the gnarliest place I've ever gone hounding? Define gnarly. But here, this one here, if you can't tell, this is a gastropod. So, you can see the layers of the spiral that got bigger and bigger the further it got down. Beautiful piece. I about pooped myself when I cracked that one. I about pooped myself. Oh. I like turtles too. I like spiders, lizards, reptiles. Love them all. Most beautiful or craziest? Alright, so that's a good one. Hold on. Heather, are you still watching? I should ask that question first. I'm just kidding. Honestly, yeah. If anybody else has stickers, there's Rufo's sticker right there. This is my backdrop whenever I go live and do geode cracking and stuff. So, if you have a sticker you'd like to add for some free publicity, I got plenty. I wanna load it up with stickers from different places. So, gnarliest, let's say prettiest place, I would have to say, was probably one of the rock hounding trips that I took when I first reignited the spark. So my wife and I, we've been married going on 3 years in July. Next month, wow. Dang. Next month will be 3 years, honey. Hey, John, what's going on, my man? So, on our honeymoon, we went down to the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. That's actually where she and I got matching tattoos. This is our wedding date, and this is the Smoky Mountains. Hey, heck yeah, man. That'd be awesome. So, we went down to the Smoky Mountains, and one of the things we wanted to do was we were going to go up to this lookout that was near, I forget the name of it. If anybody's familiar with down there, maybe you guys will know. But it's a lookout near the border of Tennessee and North Carolina, where you can go up high and there's like an observatory type place. Maybe that's not the right term, but so we went there. Thank you, Lisa. And so we went up there and we were gonna hike and we were gonna go up to the top. It was crummy weather and we didn't know, but at the time Heather was actually pregnant with our son Dallin. I don't have a Pokemon tattoo. The next tattoo I get will probably be a Pokemon tattoo. I'd like to get the evolutions of Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard. Or I'm gonna get Charmander wearing the cool shades like Squirtle wore, because I know my brother Aaron wants to get the Squirtle wearing the sunglasses, so I want to get a Charmander wearing the same ones. But anyways, so the prettiest place. So we're on this lookout, and we decide not to go and hike up, and Heather decides to take a nap in the car. So when we were driving up, it was super foggy. We couldn't really see, and then it kind of cleared up, and it was just absolutely beautiful. We were up on this mountain in the Smokies, and hey, later, brother. So it was just a beautiful view. And then I'm looking around and I'm collecting stuff, and then I start finding garnets. Just beautiful garnets all over the place. Sorry, Squatch sheets. Actually, you know what? I find... Where are they? Which one are they? Neither of those. They're right here. So start finding, and they're not the greatest quality, okay, but they're still, you know, decent size. But I start finding these garnets all over the place, and I start like freaking out. And this was, right, I said, right before I reignited my passion for collecting and stuff like that. So I couldn't remember what they were. So I was torn between if they were garnets or if they were corundum, because I kept finding pieces like this, and I was like, this looks like a ruby, but I'm like, there's no rubies out here. So I was like looking up and trying to find and see different stuff, but it was crazy. It was absolutely beautiful. Like, it was great. I was on cloud nine, celebrating my marriage with my wife on our honeymoon, you know, in the mountains. She's sleeping comfortably, and yeah, they're really pretty. I want to try and polish some up, but like I said, they're not gem quality by any means. So maybe I'll tumble them or something. But yeah, so finding those just kind of reignited it, and it was great. So that was the gnarliest, prettiest place. Now the gnarliest, freakiest place. So, one agate for you. Anti-grav rock bucket. Yeah, I need an anti-grav rock bucket. That's for sure. Hello, Greg Abbott is a moron. Hello, sir. How you doing? So the gnarliest, freakiest place is kind of a tie, okay? So I've also done collecting, you know, in southern Indiana. I've taken you guys and filmed there. I've also done Kentucky. So one of my collecting trips down to Kentucky, the last one, I went and did a trip with just my brother Aaron and I. We went and crashed with my buddy Mike. You guys also know him as Kentucky Rockhound. He was kind enough to open up his home to me and let us crash in his spare bedroom because he's a really cool guy and we're friends. But we went and we were doing agate hunting. And if you've ever gone serious agate collecting in Kentucky, where you're going off-road and you're driving up the rivers and stuff like that. So we were doing that, okay? We're in his Jeep, ragtop, doors are off, everything like that. And, oh, gotcha. Yeah, no, I realized. I saw the comment over there afterwards. So we're driving down there, and then we were hoping not to catch this storm, right? And we end up catching it, but you know, I'm from Chicago. I don't know what the rain sounds like down there. And Mike's like, "Oh, the rain's coming. I can hear it," and he can hear it coming over the mountains. And then I start pointing it out, and I'm like, "Oh Lord!" So it was craziness. It was like I felt like I was in Jurassic Park. We're driving and we're trying to get back out, and we get to a point where it starts raining so heavy that the river starts to rise. And we had crossed this river a couple times to get to where we were. So we had to hurry our butts up and get across these ways. Otherwise, we were going to be stuck on the side of this river waiting for the rain to pass and waiting for the water to recede. So it was just absolutely crazy. We were drenched. We were wearing ponchos and like, it was crazy. It was so much fun. So that was pretty crazy. I wasn't scared, but it was just like not an ideal, you know, kind of rock collecting experience. Yeah, if the creeks where I collected were deep enough, I would do something like you just said, Ruvo. But there's some portions where it's like this deep, and then some portions where it's, you know, up to my belly. But another collecting that was pretty gnarly but freaky a little bit was I was down in southern Indiana, and I was collecting in an area where I know for a fact I was on an area, and in an area I was allowed to collect in. It was marked, the trees were marked with colored spray paint indicating that they were public access. You know, we were I was next to private property, but I was not on anybody's property. There's, so say this is the creek. So, you know, the land kind of swoops down in here. The water's right here. Then there's the beds of the creek. And then there's walls of, you know, just dirt and stone that go up. And then the property was like back here. So there's probably about 4 feet and then the property line. So there's a little bit of land up here, then it comes down, and then it's the creek. So I'm down in this creek. That's public access I was able to get to. And so I'm in there and I'm collecting, and I know the folks. I don't know them personally, but I know who owns the property. So if anybody ever approaches me, you know, I know who to mention and I know who to talk to about, you know, knowing how to get there. Like I said, it's all public, but it was a place that not a lot of people knew about. So if somebody saw somebody back there, they were going to check and make sure. But I was approached by somebody who was not the landowner, but it was somebody who knew the landowner, and they were upset and they were aggressive and they had a firearm with them. And they approached me and said, "What the heck are you doing back here? You're not supposed to be here." And I said, "Whoa, first of all, don't point that at me. Second of all, this is public access. I am allowed to be here. I know so-and-so and so-and-so own this property. Their dad is so-and-so." And, you know, just kind of showed my knowledge on what you were allowed to do and what you weren't allowed to do. And they were saying, "No, we own this. We bought this creek." I'm like, "You can't buy the creek. You can't buy it. Like, can't buy it. The property line's right here. Like, this isn't even your property." And then the actual landowner ended up coming out and calming it down and talked and apologized, and it was all fine and dandy. But yeah, it was rather intense for a moment. So I haven't been back to that particular creek in a while. I'll show that one, Ragnar, but just be wary, okay? Last time there was some not so clean comments, and we got a nasty bot in here, okay? So keep it clean, because I do not want that kind of stuff happening again. Yeah, I mean, I kept my cool. I mean, I grew up in the west side of Chicago. You know, I had guns pulled on me, knives, all sorts of things, been in fights. So it's, you know, yeah, those are nasty bots. So I'm never afraid in those situations. I always make sure I know where I'm at, what I'm doing, and if it's legal or not, you know, and if I'm not supposed to be there, I don't go there. Especially in southern Indiana, you know, there are so many geodes there and so much stuff there that you'd be a fool to go and trespass in somebody's property instead of just spending the time to do a little bit of research and find that there's a dozen creeks within a half a mile of that one you were just in, and now you're in trouble for being in. But if you would have went 50 yards this way or 40 yards that way, you know, you'd have been fine. Pull pitchforks on you, that's crazy. Hold on, I think. All right, yeah, that son of my mother. What is the farthest from home I've gone to collect? That would probably be either, that's a tie between the Upper Peninsula. We've gone and stayed, we've gone and stayed in the Keweenaw Peninsula, Lake Superior, and then probably like going south into Kentucky. That's probably, and those are also the furthest I've ever traveled from my home. Growing up poor on the west side, we didn't travel. Our vacations were going and staying at the motel down the street, you know, for a night or two, just to not be in our own house. But yeah, no, I'd never really gone super duper far. I've been further away. I lived in Minnesota for a little bit, and I didn't have the time to do any really good rock collecting when I was there. Oh, you're just playing. And I thought you were serious. Oh yeah, one day we will definitely do a family trip out to Montana. Like I said, the more the channel grows and the more I'm able to support my family with proceeds from ad revenue and things like that, you know, it's just going to make it easier, and it's going to make it more enjoyable for you guys along the way. So it's a win-win. You guys get some cool content and things like that, and, you know, we get to do some cool stuff, you know. So, I mean, if I didn't have a channel, I wouldn't have been invited to the gem show that I went and did back in March. And oh yeah, Montana's definitely on my bucket list. I want to go to Montana. I want to go to Colorado, which I'm going to be going to Colorado probably next year at some point in the summertime. My brother Aaron and I. I know where the geodes are in Montana. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I've been told a couple times, and I know who to talk to find them. So if you want to know, I can link you up. Yeah, I want to get out to Ohio too. You know, Ohio's not super far. You know, it's just the other side of Indiana. I've been to Ohio before. Oh, you know what? Scratch that. I have been to Pennsylvania, and I did do a little bit of. I didn't go there solely to Rockhound. I went there to be with family for Thanksgiving. Um, yes, Travis. Yes. Oh heck yeah, man! That sounds like a lot of fun, Jeremiah. No, you did not miss that one. Did not miss that one yet. I honestly, I'm still debating if I want to cut those or crack those because they're so dang small. And based on what the lady told me that sold them, she said there's one lone amethyst crystal inside of these geodes, which makes me really question these geodes because how could you possibly know that they are going to have one amethyst crystal inside? One. How? So, I don't know. Oh, yeah. Dave is the guy. I was going to say, he knows where to find him. Oh, boy. How long have we been going? All right, we've only been going an hour. I'm just going to pause it at that. Hey, welcome back, Mushroom Hunter. We'll do some more setting up. I'll do that off camera and stuff. We'll just kind of hang out. This is a little more enjoyable anyways. Okay, good to know. Colorado is beautiful in the summer, hot, and if you're not used to the height, breathing is hard. Hey, not a problem, zip code. You have fun and be safe going and doing some grocery shopping. Plenty of awesome content to come. Yeah, right? One crystal is super sketchy. Super sketchy. But yeah, if anybody's curious, I'll grab those things that he's talking about. So like I mentioned, I went and took part in a gem show up in Wisconsin in March. It was the Kettle Moraine Geological Society. What is it, 86th? I forget the year. 86th annual. It was a gem show. I was the first person ever in the history of that gem show to do geode cracking. So next year, if you're in Wisconsin, yeah, you want to come by because next year I'm gonna blow everybody's socks off with my setup. John Shipman, if you're still hanging out, he was there at the show and I got to meet him, so that was pretty cool. Cut some geodes for him. We're gonna be polishing those up real soon. But anyways, so these are the little geode kits that I picked up, and they're supposed to have, like it even shows here, one amethyst crystal in there. So that just makes me super sketchy about this. I told the lady, because I was live streaming when I was at the gem show. You can find those lives here. KMGS Gem Show, I think is the title of it. But yeah, I think I streamed for like 4 hours each of those days. It was super fun, super cool. I was actually just watching through those the other day. I think I literally sat, I just couldn't sleep one night, and I sat and watched like 3 hours of one of them, just watched it. But yeah, so I picked these things up, and I told the lady as I was live streaming that I'm a YouTuber, and I'm going to make a video, I'm going to share it with my subscribers, and if they enjoyed it, I would share her information so other people can get it. And I said if they don't enjoy it, I will also share her information so people know not to get them. And after that, it was a little suspicious because I picked up two that were on the display. There was probably like a dozen of them there. And then she set them down, and I even mentioned in my stream, she went to the back and grabbed some from, they were like on this shelf behind a curtain. And she grabbed those two and brought them over. So I was a little bummed because I spent like 5 minutes looking at the ones that I wanted, and then she just put them back. It was like, I'll get you two more. But like I said, it was right after I mentioned I was a YouTuber. And I was going to check them out and share it. Ooh, very, very good question. I don't know, man. I don't know. So, all right, first and foremost, I think the most important, and I think any rock hound will tell you, number one, if you're going to go out and you're going to do rock hounding, please take care of your feet. Because if your feet are not comfortable, you will not be comfortable. Okay? So you need to make sure you have comfortable shoes, boots. I would suggest something high top. Like when I first started doing it, I was wearing Chucks. You want something high top because the chance of rolling an ankle is increased when you're walking on rocks and stuff like that. So, good shoes. Good shoes first and foremost. You want to bring a bucket. You know, there's nothing wrong with going barefoot. Depends on where you're at. But, yes, you want to have a bucket. And you want to make sure this... I hate my buckets because the handles on them are absolutely terrible. I'm going to buy better handles to put on them. But if you're planning on making your bucket heavy, expect that little cheap plastic piece that wraps around the little metal wire to not hold on, because it does not. Hey, you know what? Depending on where you go, I would rock hound barefoot. I have rock hound barefoot. I don't walk, you know, if I'm in the creek or something, I don't mind going barefoot. But yeah, just be careful. A good rock hammer is also very important. I don't know where mine is at the moment, but a rock hammer or masonry hammer, one of those to that degree, because it's got a flat, typical hammer end, and then you've got more of like a pick looking end. And like Greg said, a spray bottle will come in handy. Don't lick rocks. Yeah, depending on where you're at, don't lick rocks. Okay, don't do it, because you never know what's going to be there, especially out in the wild. Just don't do it. It's not recommended. This one right here, this one is galena. Anybody else? Can anybody else tell me what galena also is, or also referred to as? I mentioned it earlier. Oh, Darren, yes, that is a fantastic idea, and I have an old garden hose sitting around. I like that. Yes, thank you. Ragnar and Lisa, they know. It is lead, so you do not want to pick this up when you find it. Even if it's covered in dirt and you need to see what's underneath it, don't lick it. You want to get lead poisoning? No, you don't want to get lead poisoning. So yeah, you just always want to be careful. Know what you're collecting and know what's in the area. Like Rufo just said, he goes to some mines that have semi-deadly minerals. You know, if you're going and collecting in a place where you need to have a respirator, you need to have certain precautions to keep yourself safe, make sure you have those. Don't be the dummy that's like, I'll be okay. I'm just going to do it this one time. No, don't do it. Okay? Arsenic, lead, there's so many different terrible things that are inside of rocks that people don't realize. That, ooh, it looks so pretty, but yeah, ooh, it looks so pretty. You lick that, and you're going to die. People just don't, it doesn't register, because how could something so pretty, like, just licking it? What? Yeah, just don't lick rocks, okay? Don't do it. Oh yeah, I've got a couple different chunks. I've got this piece of galena. I've got other ones. Yeah, it's just, there's some crazy stuff out there. Asbestos. No, thank you. Birds only poop on rocks that are okay. Ooh, good to know, Lisa. Yeah. Yeah, so some folks will do it. You know, there's the people that don't carry a spray bottle with them. You know, they're hunting agates and stuff like that, quartz-based stuff. So they think, oh, this is just a crystal. This is okay, but they don't know what contaminants and other crap is on it. You know, so yeah, some people do it, some people don't. Some people are adamantly against it. Yes, you don't. Oh man, don't forget your towel. Don't forget. Never forget the towel. Lead 25. Oh, I'm not gonna pretend to know what that is, Lisa. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. But yeah, so I've been rock hounding probably like 2 decades. I'll be 27 this year. 27 this year. 27 this year, and I'm already bald. That's messed up. Yes, always bring a towel. Always bring a towel. It's good to have a towel. When you're working on rocks, anyway, just have a towel. Oh, man. Towelette? Towel? All right, any other questions for me? Otherwise, I'm going to start wrapping this up here in just a short while. Like I said, I know we didn't really get to this, but I like the interaction. I like hanging out a little bit more. Hey, nothing wrong with that. 57 years young. No, I joke. I don't feel old. I'm glad. I feel good. I'm happy. Life is good. So I'm gonna get as much use out of my body as I can, going and slinging rocks around and bringing them home. Hey, nothing wrong with that, Cat. Nothing wrong with that. Humans, we're just drawn to nature. We're just drawn to these things. People have been collecting rocks and using rocks for different things for thousands of years. Thousands of years. Oh, yeah. Team Rock, thanks. Yes. You catch, yeah, 406 catches fish with rocks. He does. But, yeah, I mean, folks have been collecting rocks, and it's been found and proven, they find rocks in places where those rocks don't belong. If they come from 3, 4, 5, whatever, 30 miles away, and then that just is an indicator that somebody picked that up and brought it along to where they were. It's found so many times, and just different archaeological studies. So awesome. Love it. One thing I definitely want to start doing or get into is artifact hunting. I definitely want to go and find some Native American artifacts. I've found one arrowhead before on the Fox River when I was younger, but yeah, that was sold by a piece of garbage. That just terrible human being stole it from his child and tried to sell it for money for other things, and he didn't get very much for it. But I lost my arrowhead. Dude, I love fishing. I would love to get into fishing. That's my plan. I told the wife I want to get fishing gear for Paisley and I. I literally have a lake 2 blocks away, a little lake that there's somebody in my neighborhood that goes and fishes it all the time, just for the sake of fishing it. Hey, found your first piece of geode looking for gold. I mean, I'd be a little disappointed it wasn't gold, but it's a geode. Oh no, Mushroom Hunter, are you in our Discord? If you're not, you should join our Discord and we can chat about that. Or shoot me an email, geocrackercollector@gmail.com, and I will try and help you troubleshoot and figure out what's going on. Yeah, no, definitely I want to talk to some farmers and things like that. And as far as 406, what you said, I've loved fishing. I have, from the age of like 15 to probably 18, I would go fishing almost every week, if not daily, with one of my buddies, Flynn, Daniel, and yeah, then the same piece of garbage that stole and sold my arrowhead, also stole and sold all my fishing gear and my music equipment, and yeah, a whole bunch of stuff, because he's an awful person. But yeah, I probably had like a good $400 or $500 invested into some good poles and good equipment and tackle boxes and stuff like that. And yeah, that piece of garbage Stole it all and sold it. Oh yeah, I've got it. I'm gonna put it together. Oh yeah, Darren, you will not be disappointed. Rufo's he's got some great content, man. That is for sure. If I didn't like the stuff he did, I wouldn't have a sticker on my shelf. Oh. Any other last minute questions? We are going on 76 minutes. We'll give it another 4 minutes or so, and then we're gonna wrap it up, folks. But it is Thursday, so in 2 days, on Saturday, you will see some live stream Geode cracking. I will have Paisley with me just for you, Lisa. So make sure you're free on Saturday night, okay? Saturday will start at 8:15 Central Standard Time. Lost my train of thought. But yeah, so we'll do some Geode cracking. My daughter Paisley, she'll be helping me out. She's the greatest helper there is. So yeah, we'll do that on Saturday, and then I'll try and have her out with me every Saturday, pending her mood and behavior, because, you know, she's an 8-year-old and she's got another new baby in the house, so yeah, it's been fun. Oh, here, I am going to comment. Oh, actually, hold on. I need to fix something really quick. Bear with me, because I need to adjust it, because Greg is super duper awesome and donated to the cause. So I need to adjust. Dun, 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 dun. Next, alright, edit you. Submit. Bada bing, bada boom. Hey, thanks, Darren. I really appreciate that, my friend. Yeah, mine will be grown soon enough. Got an 8-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 2-month-old. There we are. I just shared that in the chat. Nightbot, help me out. There we go. So as you can see, I have a top secret project that I'm working on. And if you want to help speed it along, I've currently raised $70 out of my $300 goal. And it's got the Cash App and PayPal there. Don't feel like you have to. I'm not begging for money or anything like that. The thing I have planned to do will happen regardless. It's just a matter of time, okay? So, up to you guys. We've already had a couple awesome people help out. Yes, they absolutely grow too quick, man. I blinked my eyes and my daughter has gone from 4 to 8, and she's a 3rd grader now, and it's crazy, man. But I love it. I think that's what makes me feel the oldest, is how quick my kids grow up, because I see them getting older and it just makes me feel 1,000 times older. Yes, it is the top secret thing that you think it is. So, that's just the remainder of after the chat we've had. So, gonna split that, and we've had $70 towards it so far. Greg was awesome and he helped out. 8 going on 18. For real, man. For real. Absolutely 8 going on 18. Woo-wee! I feel like I missed a question that Greg asked earlier. I thought you said, is there any Canada something? Ba-ba-ba. Wait, Greg, what did you leave in Montana? Oh, that's what it is. Okay, is there anything from Canada that you and Heather want to try that you can't get there? Like ketchup chips or coffee crisp chocolate? Yes, both of those. My wife and my daughter are ketchup nuts, okay? They absolutely love it. Now, oh, your rock hammer, dang. Yeah, oh, hey, honey, there you are. What was I saying? Dang it. Yeah, my wife, and she loves ketchup. I do not. I'm a Chicagoan through and through. I'm warming up to ketchup. For a long time, I didn't eat it, but, you know, because we don't eat ketchup in Chicago, okay? Mustard. Mustard on the hot dogs. But, yeah. He asked if there was anything from Canada that we would like to try, and he listed ketchup chips, ketchup chips, and coffee crisp candy bar. Basically, is there any Canadian snacks that you want to try? So he'll bring them down when we meet up. So I told him yes to the ketchup chips. That sounds like something you would like. Kind of make your ketchup and chip sandwich even easier to make, huh? Oh. Greg, what is a rock hammer run you up there? I was gonna say if it's cheaper, I can always grab one in the States for you and bring it along. Yeah, I can't say I'm aware of any Canadian snacks either. I like spicy. Is there any like spicy things that Canada's known for? I don't know. You guys got any like spicy snacks? But other than that, you know. About $30. Okay, I'll double check. What brand? Why can't I not think of the name of it right now? Why can't I think of the name of the hammer that I have? Come on. E-swing. Yeah. Was it an E-swing or what? There we go. Got it just before Lisa. Woo! I'm proud of myself. I have terrible memory. But I remembered. Yeah, and had an E-swing. Okay. Yeah, I'll double check. $30. That sounds like it might be cheaper than out here. I think mine was a little bit more than that. But I think that's going to be about it for me, guys. It's been a lot of fun hanging out, answering some questions that you guys have had. If you guys enjoy this kind of video and you're watching in the future or you're watching now, be sure to let me know down in the comments if this is something you enjoyed. If you want to see more of something like this, whether it's, you know, setting up my display or the Q&A or just hanging out and chatting. Oh, Judy's aging. Don't you say that about Judy. All right, well, Lisa beat me. But yeah, let me know if you guys enjoyed this kind of content. Be sure to tune in because Monday we're going to be going live again. So many live streams. The weather's nice and it's like the lives are back. Appreciate that, Greg. But Monday we're going to go live. We're going to pick the winners. And if you didn't notice in the 3K giveaway, okay, I mentioned in the comments and in the description, not only will there be one winner, there's going to be 3 grand prize winners for the 3K giveaway, okay? There's going to be 3 if you didn't know that and you were kind of hesitant because you're like, oh, I'm not going to be the one. Well, now there's 3. So be sure to check out that video. It was the most recent one right before this stream. It's a short video. It explains what the giveaway is, how to get involved in it. So I'm not going to give you all the details now. Most of you guys know about it already. But I appreciate every single one of you. Yeah, I literally, not even joking, I literally almost cried today before starting my stream because, like I said, yesterday morning, I woke up and I was a few subscribers away from hitting 3K, and then I did. And then I checked it again, and it was like a couple away from being at 3,200. I've never had that quick of growth in that short amount of time. I mean, it was 26 days for the last 1,000 subscribers, and it's been 36 hours for 200. Like, it's just... it blows my mind. So I'm just super appreciative to every single one of you guys out there. And I'm going to show my appreciation in every way that I can through making awesome content and doing giveaways and things like that for you guys. So like I said, the more the channel grows and the more my content you know, reaches further and stuff like that, you know, I feel bad talking about making money from my channel, but I want everybody to understand, like, I don't have it where you pay to be a subscriber or anything like that. The money that I make is off of ads, ad revenue and stuff like that. So I shouldn't feel bad, but I do, because it's whatever. I'm done. But so it's just, it's kind of crazy. So the more like the videos and stuff pick up, more and more and more, like, and I just see that number getting bigger, and then I just think of the help it's going to be for the family, and then the things that I can do for the channel, and it's just like right now I'm in limbo on getting a payout from YouTube because it's a process and it goes through Google, so I'm like a couple months behind. But let me tell you, once that ball starts rolling, and it's just going to keep picking up more and more, and just the things and the content is going to get crazier and crazier. So stick around with it. If you guys have been here from the beginning, I appreciate you. If you guys have been here for a day and you just saw my most recent video for the giveaway, I appreciate you as well. So you guys all make this so much fun for me. And I love it, and I'm going to do it as long as I can. So I hope you guys are down to come along for the ride. But yes, absolutely, Saturday night, not this time, a little bit earlier, around 8:15 Central Standard Time, we're going to go live. We're going to crack some geodes, because if you didn't know, that bin right there and that bin right there are completely full to the brim of geodes. So we've got plenty of geodes to keep the content coming. I might even have some geodes coming from Kentucky really soon. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I'm sorry that I'm going 7 minutes later than I planned to, but you guys are all awesome. Be sure to drop the likes, leave a comment, and let me know if you enjoyed this video. If you didn't see the 3K giveaway video, go and check it out. But thank you guys so much, and have a great night.